this video is going to be a little different because instead of me sharing advice, I'm actually going to be the one asking for it. In about a month, both my husband and I will officially be retiring. And honestly, it still doesn't feel real when I say those words out loud. At the exact same time, we're downsizing to move into a smaller home in a different state, finishing projects on our existing home to put it on the market, planning a trip to see my parents for Father's Day, and somewhere in the middle of all that, I'm also preparing to leave a job and a group of coworkers that I truly love. Today, I thought I'd sit down and talk honestly about this season of life because I know many of you have either been through something similar or are heading toward it yourself. If you've already walked through the beginning stages of retirement, I would genuinely love to hear your advice. Hi, if we haven't met yet, my name is Angie, and this is my journey to declutter, simplify, downsize, and retire one small step at a time. I don't know why life seems to do this sometimes, but major changes rarely happen one at a time. Apparently, we decided that just one life-changing event wasn't enough for us. Retirement, moving, downsizing, selling a home, becoming more present grandparents, it's all happening at once. And while all of these things are good things, they still come with stress, emotion, and a lot of mental clutter. I think sometimes we underestimate how exhausting it can be when even positive changes pile up all at the same time. There are moments when I feel incredibly excited about what's ahead, and then 5 minutes later I feel overwhelmed looking at everything that still needs to be done. One thing I keep reminding myself during all of this is that simplifying isn't just about getting rid of possessions. Sometimes simplifying means letting go of unrealistic expectations. It means accepting that not everything will be perfect. It means deciding what truly matters and letting the smaller things stay small. I've also realized I cannot do everything all at once without completely draining myself emotionally and physically. So I'm trying very hard to focus on one project at a time, one decision at a time, one day at a time. And honestly, some days I do that better than others. I think many of us, especially at this stage of life, are learning that protecting our peace is just as important as organizing our homes. Come take a ride with me and we'll talk some more. Hey girlies, be back in a minute, baby. I live in Lake Charles, Louisiana right now, and I thought maybe we just go look at the lake real quick while I talk. Sit down here at our 9/11 memorial. I thought I would show you that while I tell the rest of my story today. And forgive me, it's a little warm out here. I'm probably getting a little sweaty. And we got flagpole banging and making noise. Each piece of glass embedded in the ribbon of souls represents one of the lives lost in the attacks. Earth tones represent the World Trade Center, blue the Pentagon, and green the Pennsylvania field. I think the part of retirement that has surprised me the most is realizing how emotional it feels to leave the people that you genuinely love. I've been a marketing director at a family-owned business for the last 12 years. And over those years, my boss and my coworkers became so much more than coworkers. They became dear friends. When I think back over the last 45 years working in marketing and tourism, what I remember most isn't job titles or accomplishments. It's the people, conversations, the laughter, the hardworking mom and pop business owners I worked with when I was in newspaper, and also the nights we worked so late to meet printer deadlines that we started getting loopy. It's the interesting people I've met from all over the world when I worked in tourism, and hard days when we helped our fellow coworkers and friends get through hard times. I feel incredibly blessed. Even from jobs I left many years ago, I still have friendships that remain a part of my life today. That means more to me now than any career milestones ever could. One thing I never want to lose sight of is how fortunate I am to be retiring from a job I truly love. I know so many people that spend years counting down the days until retirement because they're unhappy with their work. That really hasn't been my experience. So thankful of that. Of course, every job has stressful seasons, but overall, I have genuinely loved what I've done and the people I've worked beside. And I'm deeply grateful for that. I think gratitude and sadness can exist together. You can be excited for a new chapter while also grieving the end of another one. And I think that's exactly where I am right now. So this is where I would truly love to hear from you. If you've retired from a job you've loved, what do you wish you had done during your final few weeks? Was there anything you wish you had said that you didn't? Any memories you wish you had made? Any advice you could give someone in this season? And if you've moved away from close friendships, how did you stay connected afterwards? I would also love to know, was retirement emotionally harder than you expected? Because while I'm incredibly excited about this next chapter with family, slower living, and a simpler life, I already know I'm going to miss my work friends something terrible. And I have a feeling many of you understand exactly what that feels like. I think one of the hardest parts of simplifying life is realizing that every new beginning actually requires letting go of something meaningful. But maybe that's also what makes these seasons so valuable. They remind us how blessed we have been. And as emotional as this transition feels sometimes, I'm trying very hard to focus on gratitude instead of fear. Gratitude for the work, gratitude for the friendships, for the memories, and gratitude for the new chapter ahead. So thank you for sitting with me through this conversation today. And truly, if you have advice, encouragement, or your own retirement story to share, I would love to read it in the comments. I think there are probably a lot of people here who need those words too. I've got another video queued up for you right here that I think you will like. And until next time, take care of yourself and stay on this road to simple with me, where we're making gentle changes 1 mile at a time. Whew. I know I'm getting sweaty, folks.